Okay, students, go over the practice quiz, circles practice quiz. You'll take soon here. All right, what's the standard equation of a circle with the center -7, 3 and radius 3? You should remember that it's opposite, so that's why it's x plus 7, opposite y minus 3. And it has to be quantity squared on both of them. That's what makes it a circle. And then this here equals, on the right side, equals sign radius squared. Since the radius is 3, 3 squared is 9. All right, what's the radius of the circle with the equation? So remember, that's radius squared, so I need to take the square root of that. Square root of 36 is 6, square root of 81 is 9, and then I must reduce that. That's why you see radius is 2/3. Actually, that's all I had to answer. I put the center there as well, but it just asks for the radius. The radius is 2/3. If you don't reduce it, you lose a point, or half the point, so 2 points. Okay, if you leave it as 6/9, if you don't reduce it correctly at all, you don't get any. All right, what's the equation of the form of the circle? Well, I look at the circle here. I see the center. That center is 0, -1. So x minus 0 is x. So that's x squared plus the opposite of -1 is +1. So that's why you see quantity y plus 1 squared. And I can see the radius is 1, 2. So radius equals 2, and 2 squared is 4. Find the value of x. Okay. Well, I can see here I have a semicircle, 180 degrees. And I have 5x plus 1x is 6x. Divided by 6 is 30 for x. Okay, if the measure of angle APE is 142, which I have filled in here, find the measure of arc BC. Or you need to remember the arc measure equals its central angle. Okay, I could either see that this is a semicircle and get the 38 there that way, or use that as a semicircle, get the 38 over here. And then vertical angle theorem tells me that's 38. And remember, the central angle equals the arc measure, so that's 38. And then we see the right angle symbol here. So we see that from there to there, this whole arc is 90. So 90 minus that 38 right there gives me 52 for that right there. Okay. Find the mark measure of arc CD. Well, I should be able to see, since that's a semicircle and that top half is 90, this bottom half must be 90. And the central angle equals its arc measure, and vice versa. So that's 90. Find the measure of arc CAE. Okay, so now I have this filled in. I start from C, go through A, and end at E. So I have to add up all of that. Well, here I have 90 plus that 142 right there. So 90 plus 142 is 232. Okay, down here at number 8, find A and B. A is right here, B is right there, and this is 38. Well, that's an inscribed angle. The inscribed angle equals half of its arc measure, so that is double that. So that makes this 76 for A. Well, don't forget, angle B has the exact same arc measure as angle A. They're the same. So half of 76 is 38 for B. Okay, next, 9. Find the values of x and y in circle A. We have an inscribed quadrilateral. You need to remember inscribed quadrilaterals. We know that the opposite angles are supplementary. So x plus 108 equals 180, and y plus 88 equals 180. So therefore I subtract the 108 across, I get x equals 72. Subtract the 98 across, or 88 across, and I get 92. And so there's my x and the y. And lastly, complete the square to find the center of the radius. Remember, I must get the x's and the y's. X squareds and y squareds be positive, which they are. So all the x's and y's need to get moved to the left side of the equation, equal sign. Constant stays over here on the right. And then I put my x's together, so that's x squared plus 6x plus blank. And then I have my plus y squared. Subtract that across as minus 10y. Don't forget to switch the sign. Plus blank. equals -2 plus blank, just like you did in your worksheet. And how do I get my c there? It's half of b. Remember, the coefficient of x is b, so half of +6 is +3. Squared is 9. Half of +b, half of b, so that's -5. Half of -10 is -5. Squared is 25. So I added 34 to the left side of the equal sign, so I must add 34 to the right side of the equal sign. 34 minus 2 is 32. And then this factors, that's a perfect square trinomial, factors into that. All I have to do is drop down that +3, and it's x +3 quantity squared, and y, drop that one into there, y -5 quantity squared equals 32. And then my three words, opposite, opposite, and square root. So I have -3, +5 for my center. Remember, the left side of the equal sign gives you the center. The right side gives you r squared. So r squared equals 32. And so to get down to r, I need to take the square root of both sides. So r equals half of 32 is 16, which is a perfect square, times 2. And that simplifies to 4√2. Okay, if you left it as square root of 32, you'd only get 1 point. You have to get down to 4√2 to get both points for the radius, and then 2 points for the center. Okay, that's your explanation of your quiz.